If you're listening or watching, you have just exemplified or you just see an example of how powerful Mandi's coaching is.
Aw.
So think about it. If you're looking for sales coaching, you've seen an intro here that's been very helpful. Okay, now you can add yours.
Amani, I'm giving you an air hug. You're so nice.
Yes.
Thanks,
Send me the
buddy.
hug emoji.
Thank you, buddy. That's so nice.
Here we are back again for another mini episode. This time I think it's going to be Amani's asking Mandi anything, and it's going to be about sales.
All righty.
How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that?
I feel good. I feel good about it, Amani. Bring it on. I'm ready.
Question number one.
Okay.
In the current era we're in, where people are kind of cutting, they're being more selective with their spending, how have you still been able to grow your coaching program, which is usually a personal purchase from people? I'm personally struggling to find additional coaching clients and I'm stressed out. So tell me about kind of how you're doing.
Amani, first of all, I'm so sorry you're stressed out. I don't ever want to hear about you. I always want to hear about you being upset or happy or whatever. All emotions welcome, but I feel sad that you're stressed out. So fret not, my friend. There's one door closes, another door opens, and whether the economy is up or down, there are always going to be customers, individual or corporations that want to make improvements. And especially when an economy is down, I don't think our economy's down, but I know there's a lot of budget cuts.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is always an opportunity to make improvements on yourself. Because people might be working and having their 9-to-5 job, but in the back of their mind, they've got this lingering creative thing that they really want to do. And they might think, God, if I activate this now, I don't have to worry as much about my 9-to-5 job, right? So I would take the thought off the table of economy up, economy down. As soon as you get that thought in your mind, you're going to act on it, and it's going to make you feel like there is no business. And when you feel like there is no business, you feel bad. And when you feel bad, you're not as awesome at your coaching, right? So I would always assume somebody is out there that needs your help, and they do, because what you do is really, really valuable. That would be my first thing, mindset check yourself on this, the first piece of advice. The second piece of advice is when you're talking to people in that first phone call or that first email, whatever it is, have that conversation with them. Say, listen, put money aside just for a second. And I know that's a really hard thing to put aside. Put money aside for a second. When you are thinking of making this improvement for yourself, what does this look like for you? Assume it's free, or assume you won the lottery and you have all the money in the world to spend on it. What does it look like for you? And allow them to talk about what it feels like. What does it look like? When they make these improvements, and ask them those questions, right? And I don't know enough about your coaching and your business to know what questions to ask, but some questions I ask sometimes are okay, in a perfect world, if you tripled your revenue, what does that mean for your business? What does that mean for you personally? Are you going on vacations? Are you buying new things? Are you reinvesting in your business? Are you renovating your house? What does that mean for you? Get them talking about that. Because as soon as they can realize their own goal and they can visualize their own goal by literally audiating about it, it puts some of the other concerns off the table. And I'm not saying price shouldn't be talked about. Price is important because not everybody has a ton of money. But sometimes, like you and I have talked, when you invest in yourself and you reappropriate some of the money you're spending things on, the money comes in other places, right? So I would get them talking about audiating about what does that feel like when you make these changes for yourself? What does that look like for you? How does that feel? And then if somebody's I just can't afford you, and be okay, I totally get it. If it's somebody you want to work with for various reasons, let them know I can work with you. We can do a payment plan. I understand money is really important. So what can you afford right now? But there are some clients you don't want to work with because they're never going to be able to pay you. And that's when you just say, you know what, I totally get it. And when this becomes a priority again, I am here for you. If you have any questions in the meantime, let me know. Like, not every customer is going to be the right customer for you, too.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
That's a whole lot of answers to one question, but
Yeah.
how does
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
help?
No, that's good. That's good. I like the framing. I have a follow-up question.
Yeah.
And it's funny because Courtney Stanley and I were having this discussion at WEC in San Antonio. The theme of this discussion, she'll laugh. I'll be like, "What are we doing here, Courtney? What are we doing?"
Yeah.
Because we were just kind of like, "What the f is going on?"
Yeah.
So, what is your opinion on niching down? And I'm going to tell you my personal thought.
Yeah.
My primary audience is people who work a 9 to 5 but want to monetize their music.
Yeah.
I have a secondary audience in terms of people who work a 9 to 5 but want to write a book and release a book.
Hmm.
Those are my two audiences. Is that too much? Should I stick to one niche? What is your thought on niching down?
I don't know about niching down in general. I think what you do is transferable. I think the only thing I would consider is not everybody wants to write a book, not everybody has music, but most people have a creative endeavor. So I almost wonder if your niche is I work with people who have a 9 to 5 job, but they want to explore a creative endeavor.
Ah,
That
yes,
because
yes.
like right, like think about for example, like that guest we just had, Nick Hutchinson, with like book thinkers, and he just did that really awesome content shoot for the author, and he did it at Rick Rubin's creative studio, and that studio was originally for musicians, but here he was a creative doing a podcast there. So that studio is for creatives, right? It's like, is it art? Is it like I have a client, like we have a podcast guest, Stuart Meyer, who has art scores, right? And
Hmm.
he paints picture, he takes beautiful art, and he he's a composer and composes music to like already known art. Like that's a creative endeavor that could very well be monetized. It actually could be like a great meditation app, or could be something interesting. So I think your niche is you work with 9 to 5ers. That's the niche, right? Who want to pursue
Hmm.
creative endeavor. That would be my advice.
Mm,
Yeah. I don't know
I
if
like
that
the way you
helps you,
frame that.
because I know you are so creative, and you've done this like creative endeavor with DJing and with your book and with your
Hmm.
programs and your courses and your own coaching, that and maybe the creative endeavors, they want to create a course for a college. Well, you literally created a college
Yeah.
program around entertainment business. So that alone can be a creative endeavor.
Yeah, yeah. I like the way you frame that. I'm
Okay.
gonna have to rewatch this and listen, but that was good.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think this needs to be a regular segment, and I think we're gonna record these regularly because I have more questions for you that are, kind of related, but just that's just something really quick in like 7 or 8 minutes that was really helpful that you could just play and listen to several times. So thank you, first of all.
Yeah.
We need to tap into your wisdom more, I feel, because that was easy for you.
Good. Can I
And then
can I
look, if
add one
you're
more thing to this?
yes, the whole
Oh, yeah.
before, if you're listening or watching, you have just exemplified or you just seen an example of how powerful Mandy's coaching is.
Aw.
So think about it. If you're looking for sales coaching, you've seen an intro here that's been very helpful. Okay, now you can add yours.
Amani, I'm giving you an air hug. You're so nice.
Yes,
Thanks,
send me the
buddy.
hug emoji.
Thank you, buddy. That's so nice. I just want to
Yes.
say just one more thing, food for thought. You know how I feel about you want to live an exceptional life. You've got to put yourself in exceptional rooms with exceptional people. And I transfer that to you. How often are you hanging out with the 9 to 5ers that want to have a creative endeavor? What rooms are you putting yourself in? Who are you surrounding yourself with? Like once a month, like do you have a goal to put yourself in a 9 to 5 room with people that want to do creative endeavors? That alone could move the needle. So I would just consider
Yeah.
that. Consider how you're moving around the world too.
That's great. Great example.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for watching and listening to this mini episode. Please remember to rate, review, subscribe on the platform you're watching or listening on. And we will see you again soon for another mini episode.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.